My name is Matt Smith. I'm the manager of e-commerce and EDI at Bunzl Distribution. Bunzl's a distributor. We take care of packaging products, so we're caught in the middle of a lot of transactions. We don't get to really set too many of the standards. We just have to abide by everybody else's. So we've got between 60 and 70 warehouses throughout North America, headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, which is where I'm out of. I've got a team of 4 people that report to me. 3 that handle the day-to-day EDI, and then 1 guy who's a liaison to our third parties for our websites and things like that. Our original purpose for getting EBI is we were looking for a replacement for our legacy translator that we have. We run an I-Series, and which it handles the traditional X12 stuff really, really well, but it's very cumbersome for us to do anything that's not traditional. And because of where we are in the food chain, being in the disposables like we are, a lot of our stuff is with lots of volume with customers, so it shows up big on the balance sheets, but it's not part of their ERP systems. As a good rule, we do a lot of grocery business, but none of our products scan on the way out, and so therefore it's not geared for their system. So we get a lot of skunk work projects, for lack of better words, stuff that comes in untraditionally formatted, flat files and things like that. And so for us, every time we do one of those, it's a full programming implementation where we have to get a programmer. They have to write special code to get it come in, and then basically map it via an RPG program, then turn around and then process that data in. Well, one of the examples advantages we saw with EXTOL was the ability to keep that within my department and standardize that. In other words, we can make a more clear line of where, for a PO, for example, would be everything above this line, every PO acts the same way, and it's just a difference of what mechanism we use to bring it in. So we could use XML or EDI or a flat file or a spreadsheet, whatever that would be, and we would bring it all in, and then from that point forward, it would all flow through the system the same exact way. Cut down our use of programmers on the backside, and then speed things up on the front end, because now I don't have to go through all the scheduling of trying to get a project in that maybe, when competing with every other project on the company level, wouldn't get done. Where we really have noticed that EXTOL has really helped us a lot is we've started to use it in places we didn't traditionally expect to use it. So it's those third-party vendor applications. For example, we have a new carousel type thing we included or just started implementing a few months ago. A year ago, and in that piece, there was a lot of data that had to go from our I-Series to more of a Windows-based environment. EXTOL was awesome in how we transacted that data back and forth. Like, in our olden days, someone would have had to develop ways to get the data out, and then the schemas to read it back and forth. With EXTOL, that was all inherent in how the product works. It probably cut months of development time off for us to use it in those ways. So we're finding more and more ways to use EXTOL that we never even imagined. The irony is my project to get everything converted over has been elongated by that, because we keep doing all the cool side stuff that we didn't envision using it for in the first place. The support's got to be #1 on that list. I mean, my guys, they're still in the infancy phase of learning how to use the product, so they'll get, their iterations keep getting farther into it before they need help, but they still end up having a question, and each and every time, support is great. That someone, reaches out, they spend, however long it takes to get something fixed. It's not like, there's no stopwatch that someone's watching to see how long it is before the help ends. So, the support's been outstanding, and really the people, just in general, whereas we come to EXTOL U, it's because of the people. You get a relationship with the people, and they're there to help, and it's a unique relationship. I don't know of any of my other vendors that we quite have the same kind of relationship with, where it truly is a partnership between the two of us. You guys want to see us succeed as much as we want to succeed, and so it's kind of nice and refreshing to see that.